Back on the viewing patrol. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do I tell them a bit about what we're going to do then?
Back on the viewing patrol. Oh, like that one, yeah. Come on. Yeah, so we're just going to view a potential BRR. We've been generating some nice cash flow recently, and we're restructuring the business, so it's time to buy more. Now, what I'm expecting to see is, because the market is all over the gaff really, but the cost of living crisis is hitting, we are officially in a recession. I'm expecting people's mortgages to start defaulting and all that stuff. We are expecting more properties to come onto the market. This one we're going to see now is the cheapest property I've seen in this area for about 2 years. So properties in this area are worth in between 160 and about 170,000, and this one's on the market for 120 grand. So we're gonna go take a look. It's gonna need a lot of work, but we'll crunch the figures after. We'll look at exactly how you would go about analyzing a BRR deal, and if it works, we will put an offer in. To be fair, I'm gonna put an offer in anyway. I'll put an offer in on everything, because you just never know when the deal's gonna come. So yeah, been a little bit quiet on the BRRs, like mainly just because everything's too expensive. Like for about the last year, 18 months, everything's been really, really high in terms of purchase prices. Doesn't feel like there's many deals in the market. And then on top of that, am I going the wrong way? No, I'm okay. And on top of that, we've had a lot of projects going on. You know, we purchased like 5 properties in a few years. To be fair, we purchased about 5. I think we purchased 5 properties in 2.5 years. Yeah, that's right. Because for the first couple of years of rent to rent, usually you're just focused on cash flowing and building that up. Then sort of year 3, that's when I really recommend investing in BRR. So we did about 5 deals in 2.5 years from year 3. And that's a lot. It's a lot of refurbs, it's a lot of mortgages, it's a lot of investment, it's a lot of BRR, like in terms of BRR processes. You know, some go good, some might go bad, some go sideways. So we decided just to have a minute. We've got a big £1 million development that we're doing as well, which has taken longer than hoped. Seed. And the last sort of 8-bed conversion that we actually did on the YouTube channel, that was a bit mad as well. So we've had a little break, but now we're getting back into it. And today's property is the first one I've seen for a while that I'm like, this could work. 51. Yeah, I like it. So it's sold and it's come back to the market. It's sold and it's come back to the market. That's sometimes a good sign. Because if it's sold and it's come back to the market, that means they're going to be motivated. Yeah, so just come out. I like it, man. Absolutely proper Derby terrace property, 2 up, 2 down. But the things I really like is it's quite a decent size. So that lounge, we can partition and get 3 lettable rooms. Beautiful. The central heating isn't actually that bad, but cosmetically, the walls are terrible. The electrics, it needs a complete rewire because we don't want ugly electrics sticking out. Bathroom, gotta go. Obviously, kitchen, there wasn't one. Garden, pretty low maintenance. So, you know, if I was to ballpark it, if we could get that for about 105, 110, spend about 20, 25 on it, we will be in a beautiful place. We'll make about 20 to 30 grand, but we don't sell. We just refinance and go again and again and again. So next, we're going to go back to the office, crunch some quick figures and put an offer in, call good old Annette and see if we can get this one over the line. So I'm going to go on to Rightmove houses sold. I'm going to search for the address like this. And this is going to show me what nearby houses have sold for over the past year. So if I do all years, I really want to do the last 2 years. A lot of valuers really only care about the last 6 to 12 months. This area only, I could probably go within half a mile. All property types, let's change that to terrace because it's terraced and freehold. So I'm going to get a spread now of what houses are selling for in the area. And a good idea is to start with this area only at first. So It's Etwall Street. So you can see one sold in September 2023 at 144, like that. One sold at 147, really like that. One sold at 180, I love that, but that's a 3-bed, so it's not a direct comparable. And there's a 4-bed at 180. So let's go back 5 years just to have a little look. So 4-bed, 2-bed, 142. Beautiful. That was in 2022. And there's another 2-bed at 142. So you can see it's worth 140 all day long. But if I move now a quarter of a mile, are there any more expensive 2-beds that I can reference? Let's have a look. Aha, Stepping Lane, 2-bed, 165. That's what I'm talking about. That's the beautiful, beautiful spread that we're looking for. So if I can pick it up at 120 and it's worth 165 and I spend 30 on it, you can see my profit. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're like, hang on a minute. How does this work if I don't flip it? All right. How does this work if I don't flip this property? So in a moment, I'm going to show you the figures in more detail. But in the meantime, there's no point wasting time if it's not even a deal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the agent a call and find out what's going on. So what's the deal with it?
Right, so there was a buyer on it. We haven't made it live again yet. There was a buyer on it, got all the way really to kind of mortgage offer. The lender declined to lend on it because they said that they couldn't get up into the loft. They said there was an element of damp, and also that the cellar looked like it was flooded. So yeah, and the buyer, instead of kind of going forward, getting reports done on that business, he decided to withdraw his offer. So I feel like he just led us on a little bit, really.
Yeah, that's always annoying. How long was that process?
Hold on a sec. I mean, a good while, to be fair. Hold on a sec. Because we're acting on behalf of this company, so nothing was terribly smoothly. Nothing went terribly smoothly. It took him ages to come back and accept the offer. The offer that we had was 116,000, and it was going for a good couple of months. Was it? So is it a deceased estate then? I think it is a deceased estate, yeah.
And there's a company handling it?
Yeah.
Okay. What? So the last offer was 115?
116.
Oh, 16?
Yeah.
Do you think we could get any improvement on that? So I'll probably try a mortgage first. But what I'll do is I've took videos of the property, so I'll send it to my specialist broker and see who he thinks will be okay with it. And then failing that, we'll go on a bridge. I mean, I guess worst case scenario, they're going to come out and say, no, it's not worth that, it's worth this.
Yeah.
But
different conversation then, isn't
well,
it?
that's what I mean. So maybe we just need to just get it in the game, and then we can have those conversations if and when they come.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Take care, bye.
Bye. So the property is on the market for 120. I mean, to be honest with you, if I was just to ballpark this refurb, I'm thinking, okay, well, let's get a bathroom in for 5K. Let's get a kitchen in for 5K. Let's do a full rewire for 8K. Let's plaster the whole place. Another 5K. Let's do 5K on joinery. So where am I? 5, 10, 20, 28. Flooring, let's do 2K, which just means I'm at 30K. Plumbing, let's just stick an extra 5K. I'm 35K in all day, man. I'm 35K in all day. So basically, the purchase price is currently 120. The refurb is 35. We'll get it cheaper independent, but I'd rather be like this in the first instance, which means my total investment is 155. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're like, but hang on a minute, Simon. You only saw one at 165, 160. Like, is that any good? Yada, yada, yada. But check this out. If, in order to buy this property, I'm going to put 25% down, but I might be able to get a 20% mortgage. So we'll look into that. So maybe I only have to put 24 down to buy this house, plus stamp. But we'll ignore that. So let's say, for example, I can get a 160 valuation, and then I refinance it at 80% LTV. What's going to happen, which is a beautiful thing, is the new lender are gonna lend us 160 grand minus 20%, which is gonna be 32K, which means I'm gonna get 128K back. All right, that's the money I'm gonna pull out of this property. Now, interestingly, when I put this 24 grand down here, that would mean that I owe 96K to this lender. So from this 128, I've got to pay 96, which is going to give me, what's that going to give me? It's going to give me 38. So I'm going to have 32 grand left. And if I spend 35 on it, I got a house for 3 grand. Mom, I'm famous. I've done it. Let me just double check my figures. Let me break that down for you. Let me break that down for you one time. Thanks, Lise. Getting coffee, you know.
What the hell are they doing?
I'm just talking about this BRR. So we're buying another house.
Sorry, that name.
We're buying another house.
Oh yeah, sorry, did you like it?
Yeah, about to put an offer in.
Oh yeah.
But you better look at these figures to make sure you're happy before I flipping go in there. So,
Gas yourself up.
so basically, current purchase price is 120. Right, so I'm hoping that we could get 80% LTV, which
Loan to value.
come on, which means that we're gonna have to put 24K down.
Yeah.
Now, when we do that, that basically means that we're gonna owe this bank around 96K when we refinance. We're gonna owe the bank around that. So what's gonna happen is we're then gonna spend, let's say, 35K on the refurb. New bathroom, new kitchen, rewire, plastering, painting, decorating, joinery, all that
All
good
new
stuff.
layout, stud walls, back to brick, electrics in.
Yeah, all of that.
All that. Fabulous.
So 35 in. Then what's going to happen is I've been on Rightmove, and I think, as we know from our 2 beds, we can get 160 all day on the exit. So when we get that 160, I want to go 80% again, which means that we're going to have to leave 32K in the deal, which means this bank is going to loan us basically 160 minus 32, which is going to be 128. So when they give us that 128, we've obviously got to pay this 96 back, which basically is going to give us what? Quick math. 128 minus 96. So I've got to do these maths again. So basically 6 is going to be 122, and then I've got, what do you reckon? 90. 90 from 122. Quick math. 32. Is that what I said earlier? Yeah, I did. So we've got 32 left, and we've spent 35 on the refurb, which means you got a house for 3K.
Nice.
What do you think?
Did you look at the roof?
No, actually, the roof is a state. Yeah. Probably needs a new roof. But in principle, even if it didn't need a new roof, you get a house for 10K. You leave 10K in, rent that out for £1,500 a month. Got about 800 cash flow. That's 10 grand. That's 10 grand. So after year 1, you've got all your money out.